that when the October Revolution happened just a few months later, the army was unwilling to intervene on behalf of Kerensky and save him. At the same time, the coup also strengthened the Bolsheviks. A lot of their men had been released from prison by Kerensky. Again, here is a parallel to Mr. Prigozhin's Wagner group, of which quite a large part consists of convicts who have been
let out of prison
and given freedom in exchange for taking up arms and fighting in Ukraine. So here we have that revolutionary element where an army made up of convicts is not the one that you can trust to protect the constitutional order of any country. Also, it strengthened the Bolsheviks in the eye of the Russian people, which believed that the Bolsheviks were unlike Kerensky, who was considered weak. The Bolshevik was the faction that was strong enough to stand up to Kornilov. Here again, we have some parallels today of how Putin's reputation received a severe blow from this military coup.
Yes, and it's been very odd because he said, well, the perpetrators will be punished, but the leader won't be punished and the troops won't be punished. So it's hard to know who Putin is going to be punishing for this. He'll probably round up some unknown people claiming that this was some secret coup which misled Mr. Prigozhin into taking this action. If Russian previous behavior is anything to go by.
Yes, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Putin has since given a number of statements in which he manages to say at the same time that this was a betrayal, a stab in the back, creating chaos in the country, and that it was a criminal enterprise. But at the same time, he says that the Wagner group consists of heroic soldiers who have proved their value in the Battle of Bakhmut, and that he has no ill will against the commanders of the Wagner group, which clearly followed Mr. Prigozhin and did not even hesitate to march on Moscow against at least what in Russia is considered to be the legitimate power. And as you mentioned, at the same time, he says that there will be an amnesty, but at the same time that the guilty behind the coup will be punished. So I guess in the coming weeks and maybe even months, it will become clearer what exactly will happen to the putschists. But again, if we look at what happened to Mr. Kornilov, it didn't end well. He was imprisoned. But in connection with the October Revolution, he managed to escape and joined the white armies that started to fight against the Bolsheviks in the civil war, which would last for well over 2 years. He wouldn't participate in the civil war for very long. In April 1918, he was killed in battle near the city of Yekaterinburg. Mr. Prigozhin's fate is for us at this moment unknown, but according to the deal struck, he's supposed to go to Belarus after the Belarusian Alexander Lukashenko, at least on paper, negotiated this deal, even though it seems more likely that Mr. Prigozhin was in contact with other high-ranking people within Putin's entourage. Apparently, he tried calling Putin, but Putin wouldn't give him legitimacy by answering his phone call. Instead, he had him talking with the chief of staff of the presidential administration and also with this top intelligence leader, Nikolai Patrushev. With Mr. Prigozhin going to Minsk, it's also interesting to see how his presence there will affect Belarus. It's worth remembering that before the 2020 presidential election in Belarus, which in the West is widely believed to have been falsified by Mr. Lukashenko, just a week or two before, Lukashenko arrested 33 members of the Wagner group in Minsk, accusing them of preparing a coup against Alexander Lukashenko.
Adam, as usual, the clock in the corner of the room has ticked away, so I'm going to have to ask you to pause there, but we'll pick it up next time. There we are. I've had to interrupt Adam almost in mid-sentence, but fear not, if you join us next time, as we hope you will, we'll pick up the story. In the meantime, thank you for watching Poland Daily History.